Hello and welcome to the Old Generation Gamers Weekly Podcast, episode 9 already. This is the 20th of November 2015, and joining me in the studio tonight we have the one and only James Maver.
Uranium fever's got me down, man.
Okay, yeah, of course. And and Toby Barstow, he's made it tonight. It was touch and go, but he's here. He's made it. Hello.
It's that radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring
man.
Upstairs down, man.
Fucking hell, that radiation.
So,
poisoning.
for shit. That's all I've got to say. The worst games I have ever played in my life. What a letdown.
Well, that's a great way to start the podcast.
Absolute dog. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's one of the best games I've ever played. That.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to you first.
Yes, my.
Talk Fallout, because you obviously
What a game.
you missed. No, you were here last week. You just didn't. You hadn't played Fallout yet, so.
Yes. But I have to admit, what a game it is. As much as I've been really addicted to it, like, as you know, I always use my Xbox as a YouTube machine.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm glad just to be coming home, going on Fallout 4, and it's so brilliant, man.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
And just to comment on something, in the previous pod, how I mentioned, I might not be a fan of the voice character. I absolutely think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Really, I think it works really well. Despite it, me having doubts about it, it's working really good.
And have you got any bugs? Any major bugs that you've come across in the game yet?
There was a quite creepy one. There might be some spoilers here, but I'm assuming it's not that story driven. But the synth, what's his face, the detective.
Yep.
Valentine.
Valentine. Yeah.
And you go deal with that Bugsy Malone knockoff in the Vault 114.
Yeah, with all those you guys with Tommy guns, isn't it?
Mobsters, yeah.
The mobsters, yeah.
I went back. It was Skinny Malone, and I went back on my own and found him. He was just standing there, and I shot him. And then so I left the area, killed him, came back just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
His character was alive, but it registered him as dead. So he was
really?
walking around, but he had I've took a upload studio clip. I'll upload it. But he was just walking around, and he had a face which was meshed, like it was back together.
Oh wow!
It was really, really creepy. And when I walked over to him, he died. So,
fantastic.
But apart from that, I mean, that's the only real bug. Apart from little lag issues here and there,
That's
which I can get over with.
It's not a bug. It's classic Bethesda charm, mate. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah, Bethesda charm.
Yeah, I put a video on YouTube. I had a major bit of stuttering. Did you see that video, Toby? Did you comment? No, someone comment on it, and it wasn't you. But I found this random cabin in the wasteland, and literally the frame rate dipped to about 5 frames per second for about 30 seconds. It was just jolting me everywhere. Again, that's the only real bug I've had in the last week.
PC Master Race.
PC Master Race. The only two major problems, well, one of them's minor, is the karma system that there is none.
No, there's not.
I'm glad they got rid of it.
Why?
I'm so glad they got rid of it.
Why?
Because the karma system served no purpose in the previous games.
It's just it was just for achievements, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It also changed how people react to you. If you're the scourge of the waste, people are going to know. Hang on, and I've heard about you.
Yeah, but the difference is though is if you really want that to really make any difference, you have to start making choices that you might not always make.
But I feel like there needs to be repercussions for what you do. When I first realized there was no karma system, I broke into a house, killed a settler, and then just started stealing everything. And normally I feel bad for doing that because I get that little notification in the top right saying your karma is decreased.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't feel an incentive on, oh, there's this innocent person here, he's got a nice gun, so I'm just going to kill him. Fuck it.
The reason that you don't really want that in a game, though, is the fact that if it comes to a situation where you're trying to be as evil as you can because you want people to react to you like you're completely evil, and all of a sudden it's, I don't know, for argument's sake, you come across a companion that you really want, but you're like, but I have to keep picking the evil option, so I have to kill them and I can't have the companion that I want. Or if you look at Mass Effect, for example, where it's like, I want the extras that you get for being evil, so I'm going to have to keep picking the evil option, even though it's not the option I myself would necessarily pick to immerse myself and play it as evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there should be some repercussions for doing something wrong in Fallout 4.
Definitely.
Especially because I've just unlocked the Mr. Sandman perk, and I loved using it in Fallout 3. But in Fallout 4, I mean, well, I don't feel like anything is happening when I kill someone. It's just in Fallout 3, if I killed someone in Tenpenny Tower, I was like, oh shit. Even though these are just random residents, I felt bad. In this, I don't.
I can totally agree that there should be repercussion for your action, but I don't think it should be implemented in the way of a karma system.
Right, we need to think of ideas, guys. Come on, for when the Get comes out, we need mods. We need ideas.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys is your play style. I'm playing really well. I'm playing like a really good guy. I'm really nice. Literally, I was in Diamond City and this woman pulled a gun out on me. And normally on all the other Fallout games, I'll just pull my gun out and shoot her in the head. But I talked her down. She lowered her weapon. And that's the kind of way I'm going through this game, is just trying to be nice. And
yeah, I've really put my stuff into charisma, and I've tried to avoid every gunfight. When I first saw the gangster guy, it's really cool. I then convinced his girlfriend just to like, oh, screw you, man, and just leave. It was really fun just to do that. I find it more satisfying to do shit with your voice rather than with your gun.
Oh, absolutely.
Another reason why I like the voice thing.
So that's how I've been playing. Toby, how have you been playing? You a badass?
I'm playing it full Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
So if you're anything that's been created by the nuclear fallout, so super mutants, ghouls, anything that's, any monsters, anything that isn't human, basically, going full xenophobe, they don't even get the chance to speak. They're wasted there.
Sounds like the Enclave more than the flipping Brotherhood of Steel.
No, dude.
Just
when you
include
speak
settlers
to
there.
there's Brother Dan's loves it. At one point, it's nothing to do with the story, you can have a chat with him and ask how it's going.
Yeah.
And he goes off on this tangent about how much he hates super mutants with a passion.
You're a racist.
He says to you, I'm really sorry, I hope that didn't offend you or anything. And I'm like, nah, man, I love stomping super mutants. And it comes up, he loves it.
I was pretty shocked because the first time I met him, I had Valentine as my my companion. And he's just said, synths need to be wiped off the face of the earth. They have no purpose. I was just like, psst, buddy, synths.
I love the fucking, all the Diamond City, all the conspiracy theories about synths. Like,
I love reading public occurrences.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm one of those people that when it comes to the humans, I won't even ask for payment. All of them have to be protected, and I'll save every single one of them. But
I always ask for payment because I know my speed skill will allow it.
Yeah, I never ever ask for payment.
I always do.
That's just one of my being nice things. I just don't ask. But, I never ask for rewards, but they give it to you anyway, don't they?
It just feels too amazing being able to run around in a big hulking suit of power armor, having Brother Darren's in a big suit of hulking power armor, and just crushing everything.
But I love super mutants. I love Folks in the last game. I love Strong.
I was disappointed by the radio. I have to admit, not the songs, but that fucking annoying, pardon the French, but the stupid bloke that uses presents it. His voice is so annoying. He's like
the Diamond City radio.
He's like, so the Brotherhood of Steel were fighting. I guess there was a big fight with guns, and here's another one by the ink spots. It's like, oh my Christ, he's so annoying. Now, one of my mates, James Thompson. Yeah, Davey. Yeah. Hi, James, because he's actually been listening to a lot of.
Hello, James.
Yeah, you see, I told you I'd mention you.
Yeah.
He said there's a quest which you can do to make him more confident. I think that's a brilliant idea, personally, because I thought I was going to be stuck with this annoying radio presenter, but the fact you can change.
Is that what you get him together with that woman, didn't you?
Well, I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler.
How do you know that?
I've done that already. Yeah, companion Toby, you said who you got with you?
I normally take Brother Dan's for most places.
Yes, you did mention Dan's, yeah.
I'll occasionally take Piper.
I'll take Piper as well.
Just if you fancy a female following you around for a little while and you're tired of looking at hulking men trying to be super hetero.
I'd take Strong with me everywhere. Strong like human.
I don't like Strong, mate.
I really hate him.
I fucking love Strong.
I hate Strong. I hate super mutants.
I can't. To be fair, it's not even the fact that even if I was doing another playthrough, because I mean, like I said to David before, I'll do multiple playthroughs in all different play styles. But I just don't like Strong.
It's because we've already established you're a fucking racist. You don't like. You don't like.
Obviously, the whole point of Fallout is you role play. In this playthrough, I'm a member of I'm a paladin in the Brotherhood of Steel.
You're a racist, mate.
In my next playthrough, I'm probably going to be the super nice guy who talks people down. I might be the cannibal that just eats everyone and doesn't care. And
well, that's the beauty of Fallout, isn't it? You can be whoever you want to fucking be. I love it. Yeah. I'm up to about 25 hours actually. I haven't been playing too much. I've had a busy week at work. I'm hopefully going to get on tonight after the podcast. I'm going to get on for a few hours. Yeah, I'm about 25 hours in. Roughly, what are you guys? How far in are you?
14 hours.
14, yeah?
Yeah.
Pass.
oh dear, you've sunk. Actually, I must be. I'm 1 day. Yeah, I'm at one. It says 1 day now, so it's 1 day, 2 hours, something. So yeah, I'm quite a fair bit in. I haven't really touched the main quest line. I've been messing around in the building mechanics a bit more. I finally built myself a house. I've got my bobblehead stand. I've got a magazine rack. I've got a pool table. I've got a big American flag hung on the wall. I've got a basketball court in the back garden. You know, that building system's super deep. It goes a lot deeper than than the tutorial. The tutorial doesn't really show you much, but yeah, you can get proper invested in that system. Toby, have you done much with that yet? I know you were planning a series of videos.
I've in pretty much every location I've crafted myself a house at least at the moment.
Did you build one or did you use a ready-made structure? Because I just used a ready-made structure.
In one of them, I used a ready-made structure, and the others I wanted to actually start building.
Yeah.
But in every town, I've built a couple of houses just in case I leave a companion in the area.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, I have to put a summoning bell everywhere because, for example, if you leave a companion in Boston Airport, it is a nightmare trying to find them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
I don't think I've been to the airport yet.
It's a massive safe zone. So yeah, summoning bells are a must to try and find companions once you've let them go somewhere.
Yeah, I think I've got a bell in Sanctuary. It takes them about half an hour to get there though. You ring it about 8,000 times and they're just slowly walking. Anything else, guys? Have you been playing anything else, or is it strictly a Fallout week? It's definitely
Strictly Fallout.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of FIFA, but I'm actually downloading the Need for Speed and Star Wars Battlefront 10-hour trials because I bought myself a year of EA access tonight. I really want to try them games out. So, and I heard you can literally have 10 hours on Battlefront and be done with it. So we'll get to that later. But all right, I want to bring to your guys' attention a little competition we are running.
Whoa,
we're getting big now. We're running competitions. Literally, I have an Xbox 360 code for Gears of War 1, 2, 3 and Judgment. There's 4 separate games. They also...
All you have to do is send us your credit card information and you will be entered into the draw.
Your store code and PIN number. Yeah, literally that's 4 Xbox 360 digital download codes. Those 4 games will work on Xbox One through the backwards compatibility as well. So 4 free games, guys. And Toby, what do they have to do to win this? It's your idea.
So... at some point during tonight's podcast, David is going to let everyone know a password that he's come up with. And all we're going to do is we're going to start promoting this video through YouTube, through YouTube, yeah. Facebook, Twitter, anything else we're on. And all 3 of us will be doing that. All you have to do to win... is it 1 code per person, or is it 1 winner getting all 4?
Yeah, I think 1 winner will get all 4. I think that's fair enough.
Okay, so all you have to do is once you've found the password, whoever you find on Facebook, Twitter, etc., send us a private message with the password, and your name will be put into a hat. And then in the next week's episode, we'll announce who the winner is.
So what's the password?
I'll mention that later. Yeah.
David,
hang on. How are you going to worm this in? Maybe I should have asked about this before we start the pod.
Well, basically, I'll probably say it towards the end so people listen right the way through. It's a little trick there, you see. I'm not going to say when because they'll skip it. So
Yeah, you don't need to hide the password at all. You can just be like, I don't know, we're 37 minutes in, and the password
yeah,
is,
that's all I'm gonna. That's what
I don't
I'm.
know, crumpet.
That's what I'm gonna say. So again, it could be from now. It could be in 5 minutes. It could be in 10 minutes or half an hour. So keep listening, guys, and I will give that password to you. Right, it's on to news. We have a few bits of news stories today. Nothing amazing, but again, with all the big releases coming out, the news kind of dies down a bit, doesn't it? But the first bit of news is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has been delayed. It is now coming out on the 23rd of August 2016. It's moved from its initial release date of the 20. I can't remember, 24th of February, I think it was. Sorry, this is it. It isn't in my notes. I should have prepared a little bit better. But I think it was out on the 24th of February because that was coming out the same day as Far Cry Primal and Mirror's Edge Catalyst. But also Mirror's Edge has been delayed. So that day in February has gone from 3 AAA games to 1 currently, and that's Far Cry. Again, they've said they don't want to compromise on quality. They just want to take 6 months just to make sure the game is perfect. And I fully respect that. Any game that's delayed for those reasons, I'm happy with. I'd rather it done right the first time instead of incredible, massive day one patches. What do you think about this? Got any opinions, guys?
With a game like Deus Ex, I'm glad that they're holding it back.
Yep.
Just because then that gives them much more time to perfect it. Because these games are always so big and so in depth, and there's always loads of content to them. That it's one of those that if the company ever turned around and said, "Oh, we're going to be releasing the game early because we're finished," you'd be like, "Well, the game's fucked. Don't buy it."
Yeah, definitely. Maver.
Yo.
Anything you want to add on that?
I wasn't really looking forward to DSX, to be honest with you. I enjoy Human Revolution, but DSX isn't on my list.
I never ever played that. It's been one of them games it's on my back burner. I got it on Xbox 360, and I was hoping they would add that to the back compat list. But yeah, that's a game I picked up for a couple of quid. It's super cheap now. And I definitely do want to get to it one day because I've heard nothing but good things. So again, I'll probably play that if it comes to backwards compatibility. Right, guys, we've got a couple of big things happening on the Xbox One store this week. Obviously, the Black Friday sale has started because it's Black Friday next Friday, right? But Xboxes start a week early for gold members. They get a week of deals, which is a pretty good idea. Today's deals aren't great. I'm not going to bother reading them out because there's nothing that stands out. The only game I picked up from that list was The Escapist. It was 15 down to £7, I think. So yeah, half price basically. But the Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 1 is free currently on Xbox One. I think it's a five-part game. I bought the season pass for that when it first came out, and I've never played it. I've got all the episodes, but I've never played it. Again, that's in my massive backlog. Anything you've picked up from the store, guys, in this sale? Have you looked at the sale? Anything?
I don't buy digital, so no.
You don't buy digital?
No.
Fucking hell, I've been swaying that way. Everything I buy is digital pretty much now.
Superior physical master race, dude.
You're just making the most of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
I rarely look at deals on there. I mean, because the only thing I'm hyped for that I'm getting on the Xbox is Division.
Division, yeah.
So other than that, I barely look at the marketplace. I should look at it more because there is quite often some really, really good deals.
Yeah, sad none today, but...
Yeah, I mean, every so often you'll get that one hidden gem and you'll think, oh, damn, I missed it. But
yeah, definitely.
I mean, most of the time it's nothing that's really amazing worth looking at.
Saying that, I got a Super Meat Boy today as well, and that was on the Xbox 360 sale, and that was, I think it was like £3 reduced from a tenner, and that also...
No, it's probably always that price on things like CD keys for PC players.
Yeah, I've got it on PC as well. I think I got it, like peanuts on the PC, but I didn't play the PC one much, but I've played it on console today because that runs via backwards compatibility as well, and that's a really good game. I made a video actually, you know my noob play series, I've done a noob plays Meat Boy, and literally that's an 18 plus video. I go from really calm to really angry and saying some pretty nasty words in about 10 minutes, dying all the time.
It's excessive for me, boy.
That's a good watch. Also, NBA 2K16 is free to play for gold members over the weekend. That is the 21st and 22nd of November. So I'm not going to bother downloading that because I don't like NBA. But if if you're a fan, download it. It's free. It works like a normal game. You get all the achievements, etc. You get access to the multiplayer.
I'd consider it if it was maybe a week, but a weekend, I don't know. I never buy into that. Download a game for a weekend just to try it out.
Nah, it's bullshit. And they've done it with Sunset Overdrive, and I'm pretty sure they've done it with Forza as well, a Forza game. But
that's the problem though with Xbox One servers. They're like, here, you can have a game for a weekend. It's like, cool. How long do I get to play it? Probably about a day by the time you've downloaded it.
yeah, and I think NBA is quite a big file size as well because the graphics. Yeah, they've done it with Forza. Talking of Forza 6 gets microtransactions. Wow, now this really annoyed me because
didn't you say that it didn't have any at all?
It didn't have any. Forza 5 got slaughtered for its microtransactions, and it really hurt the game. So this is like a stealth microtransactions bullshit move by Microsoft. They've released the game, got really good reviews. Everyone bought it, and then they've 2 months after launch, they fucking slyly put these transactions in. I just think it's a bullshit move, and
even I was starting to get tempted to get it, and as soon as you've mentioned microtransactions, all of a sudden it's nah.
But I mean, I haven't played much of it, but what I have played, I found credits pretty easy to come by, so hopefully it won't hurt the game too much, as long as they don't start reducing, because I can see them reducing the credits you get per race, so to force you to buy car tokens, which that would be fucking horrendous. So if they leave it as it is, it's not that important really, because you can earn credits.
And to be fair, I always imagined most sort of die-hard Forza fans that want all of the cars would have no problem racing all of the cars they slowly unlock to get them.
Yeah, because it adds life to the game. If you buy the car straight away and that's it, but if you're racing towards earning a car, you're playing the game and it's better.
Yeah, and I mean, those of you, like me for example, I probably wouldn't want to go for the completion route and getting all the cars, so I'd probably go, right, there's 2-3 cars in this game I want.
Yeah.
It's not going to take me that long to get them.
Yeah. I just I like getting all the cheapy cars and just putting loads of credits into the engine, making them go really fast. That is literally me on Forza, getting a Mini and just trying to get it as fast as I can and to compete and get it in the S rank class or something to compete with Bugatti Veyron. You've got a fucking Mini flying along. I just love sticking loads of money into these shit cars. Again, right. Sorry, Mayo, did you want to add anything on that Forza story before I move on?
Well, my standpoint on the curse that is the microtransactions. So
yeah, we all fucking we all hate them here, don't we?
They are the disgrace that should stay on the mobile gaming market, and I do not want to see them put into any decent games on the Xbox.
Talking of disgrace, good little segue. EA apparently are working on an Assassin's Creed style open world action game
called Creed Assassins.
That's literally all we got to go on. It's being developed or produced by the former Ubisoft producer Jade Raymond. I don't even know who that is, but it's on the notes. Do you know? I don't know what they worked on Ubisoft. Probably Assassin's Creed. I got mixed thoughts about this. I know EA can make some really good games, but another open world Assassin's Creed type game. Do we want another? I mean, fucking hell, this year alone's been jam packed with open world games. I mean, off the top of my head, we've got Batman, Witcher, Metal Gear, Mad Max, Tomb Raider, Fallout, Just Cause. Any more? It's just a crazy amount of
Jaws for NES.
Yeah.
To be fair though, they keep saying, "Oh, we're making an open world Assassin's Creed." That's pretty much what they were anyway.
Yeah.
They were condensed open worlds.
They're like,
don't see.
it's like like hubs, weren't they? Open world hub games, kind of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like I don't kind of see what the hype is.
But obviously, like a game type gets big, then it gets oversaturated really quick. Like we had the music games come out, they got oversaturated, they disappeared, and now suddenly that the big game is open world, and like EA obviously want a piece of this. Like, right, I want a piece of this pie. Fuck it, we're gonna make an open world game and just oversaturate the market even more. There's no, they could probably do it. But I'd make Dead Space 4. I just want Dead Space 4. Make that, EA. Fuck.
Yeah, but make sure it's scary.
Yeah, no co-op bullshit, because that completely takes the scare element out of the game. But go back to your roots with Dead Space 1. Make a real horror survival action game.
Alone in the Dark. No, actually, don't make Alone in the Dark. That was an awful game.
Alone in the Dark. Yeah, who made that? That wasn't EA, was it?
No, that was.
I want to say 2K, but I don't think it was. They made Prey. 2K made Prey, like the early Xbox 360 game. Who made Alone in the Dark? I don't care. It was shit anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was awful. But
I rented it from Blockbuster and
it was
never finished it.
No, it was EA. No, EA published it.
Oh,
It was Eden Games and Hydrovision Entertainment.
wow, never heard of them. So
And Atari, which was the Electronic Arts from Japan, which is owned by Atari, published it for some reason.
okay,
So there you go.
fair enough. I'm glad we cleared that one up. Fallout 4, it has sold 500,000 units in the UK in its first week. Well, that's good. It's really good. 500,000 units in a week.
And that's just in the UK.
That's just in the UK, and you know how small the UK is, so that's really good, really good figures. Resident Evil 6, there's a link on the Korean site, basically announcing the definitive or the HD version of Resi 6 for Xbox One and PS4. Now, why the hell would you remake that pile of garbage?
I was going to say, we get a definitive version of the worst game in the series.
Mate,
Yes!
they could have. Why don't they just remake Resident Evil 4 for the 5th time? I mean, they obviously remade it for Was it the GameCube, the remaster?
Resident.
They did it for the Wii as well.
Oh no, yeah, it was on the GameCube, wasn't it? Then they remastered it for the Wii and they ported that to Xbox Live.
360.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, but Resident Evil 6. I'm not gonna pretend I know too much about the game, but I did actually play it. I think because it had separate campaigns for characters, didn't it?
Yeah, I sat there and completed every last one.
Leon, what was it? Leon?
wow, really?
Shit, I only know Leon.
Yeah, you had Leon and
Chris.
No, it was Leon and no point remembering her name. Chris and no point remembering his name.
I
And
did
then-
start one of them, but I never finished it.
You had Jake and Sherry. And then if you completed all 3 of those campaigns, they said, right, you're in for a treat. We've got a reward for you for doing all this. Now you do the campaign as Ada Wong.
Jesus
Like,
I think it's
fucking
801.
Christ! I mean, what's happened? What's happened to that series?
When they gave you Ada Wong to play as, you could tell it was just fan service because they made you crawl through as many vents as possible to get a close up of her arse in leather trousers.
Calm down, Konami. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fucking hell, this is quiet all over again. But yeah, I mean, what's happened to Capcom? Fucking hell, they're rinsing the shit out of that series. And fucking with definitive and HD collections as well. Capcom are fucking right at it, aren't they?
See, on the 3DS, I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil Revelations and Mercenaries 3D, and Revelations is actually quite scary. I mean, handheld terms.
Yeah, on the DS, it's far, far superior.
Yeah. You've got problems when a 3DS port is better than, the full
Yeah, but
console
that's
port.
the problem they had was because Capcom were losing customers, yet the 3DS was selling amazingly. For
One of the best-selling games still on the 3DS is Street Fighter 4, which is, guess what, a Capcom game. So they're obviously doing
so that's
something right.
the whole reason they ported Revelations over was because everyone's going, right, Resi 5 is shit. We want a decent Resident
You
Evil.
enjoyed Resident Evil 5, just putting that out there. Alright.
So was Revelations that?
Yeah, but
That
to
was
be
the
fair,
one
to be-
underwater.
That was.
I'm a fanboy for Resident Evil, and as soon as they made 5 and 6, and Revelations, to be fair, they
Okay,
became...
I was not a fanboy. Resident Evil 4 got me into the series. Resident Evil 5 I found enjoyable, mostly because I played co-op and I found it really fun.
That's my favourite one. Where you
I enjoyed Resident Evil 5.
No, was right, but to me, Resident Evil games were puzzle games.
Oh yeah, this was far from a puzzle game.
Resident Evil 5 and 6 especially had 0 for puzzles in them. In 6, the one puzzle they go for if you're playing as Leon is they give you a small riddle like when the bell tolls, the door will appear, and you all of a sudden you turn around and go, oh look, there's 5 bells, I need to shoot them. Whereas at least in Resident Evil, you got stuck in the originals on those puzzles.
Yeah.
Time.
Resi 5 was a co-op action game, wasn't it?
That's
Basically, essentially. But that is probably my favourite Resi game, to be honest. I did like 4, but 4 was fucking hard and it pissed me off. But yeah, and I thought 5 was a lot more toned down and right up my street. And I remember just having a great laugh on co-op. So that's definitely my favourite Resi game. Hate on me in the comments, if you will. I know a lot of people. That's not a popular choice. I know a lot.
Well, I'm with you on this one, Shifty. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, 4 is great and everything, but it's fucking the controls. You can't, they're not. You can't fucking shoot when you walk. I hate that shit. You got to stop and aim.
Just so you don't get it in the comments instead. Not that I'm not. I don't agree. I don't agree with saying it, but just so you don't get it in the comments instead. God, you guys are such casual gamers.
Yeah, I know, man. Fucking aren't we?
Filthy casuals,
Just not very good at video games. All right. Telltale. Those old fuckers. They've obviously confirmed the Game of Thrones season 2. And as I wrote in the notes in capitals, yawn. I don't care. I don't care for Telltale anymore. I don't care for Game of Thrones.
I love Telltale, but I do not watch Game of Thrones. Hence, I do not play the games.
I'm just so bored of the form. I mean, I think I've mentioned it before. I'm so bored of the formula. And I tried to play the Minecraft game, and it's just the same old, exactly the same formula and engine. I know you stuck up for it last time, didn't you, Maeve? Saying, "Wow, what else do you expect from point and click?" But then I brought up Life is Strange. They just got to rethink things. They just can't keep selling this fucking.
See, I could not get into Life is Strange. Maybe it's because of the story, and yeah, it was a lot more interactive than Telltale, but to be honest with you, I think the Telltale formula is working. It is very addictive if you get invested in the story, and to be honest with you, it plays like a Western visual novel. To be honest with you, I don't like the Japanese visual novels, so this is kind of like, my kind of visual novel, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, but Life is Strange has been nominated for Game of the Year. So they must be doing something right.
It's certainly. I'm not denying it's a good game. I'm just saying it's definitely not my cup of tea when it comes.
To be fair, I don't know why I haven't played anything past episode 1, so I'm not saying it is better.
They say the ending is a bit shit.
Certainly, from episode 1, it feels a lot. I think it just feels different. That's what I like about it. You play one Telltale game, you play them all, and Life is Strange just feels like a much better game, like updated engine and everything, and much more modern. Toby, I don't know if you've had much experience with the Telltale games.
The Walking Dead series.
Everyone's played the Walking Dead, haven't they?
Yeah, I thought that was great. That was solid.
The peak.
Wolf Among Us. That was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I finished it. It was alright.
Yeah, I enjoyed the story. The game itself was okay, but it was a good story.
This is from someone who doesn't know anything about the fables, or I haven't read any of the comics or anything. So
neither have I.
For me, it was enjoyable, but maybe if I knew a bit more about the background of these characters and everything, I might have enjoyed it more. But certainly, from not knowing anything about the characters and jumping in, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I had some good fun with it. But Walking Dead was definitely the peak of the Telltale games. Saying that Borderlands is good. I played 3 episodes and I never played the 4th and 5th episode. I just got again completely burnt out with the Telltale formula by that point.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones I played and hated.
Mm-hmm.
Tales from the Borderlands. By that point, I was fed up with Telltale games because I'd already gone through The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as soon as they announced that they were doing like Minecraft stories, I thought that you guys could just go
Yeah,
now.
I do not know what this Minecraft story is. You must be from a parallel universe where this happened. It does not exist in Telltale. Telltale never made that abomination. Please stop talking about any such things, or my lawyers will get involved. Thank you.
Right, moving on from Telltale. This is an interesting stat that Toby pointed out to me. Apparently, 91% of the UK I've put UK twice for some reason in my notes.
Well done.
Wow.
You should get me to proofread this.
Yeah, I should get you to check it out before I publish it. 91 of buyers in the UK have purchased Black Ops 3 for their 8th console generation. That's a huge number. It really is. And what do you?
So when I when I came across the article, it immediately made me think of, we were sort of trading ideas about this whole conspiracy of, are they trying to kill off the 7th gen now?
Yeah.
As soon as we were talking about that, like maybe they are, maybe they're not, seeing that Black Ops 3, 91% of its copies.
That's unbelievable.
9% is still going to be a lot of copies for the amount that they sold.
Yeah, it'd probably be the best-selling game of the year, I think.
But 91% is massive. And it kind of makes you think maybe they are trying to lean towards, maybe not so much kill off the 7th gen consoles as a whole, but maybe Call of Duty are trying to have a reason for, saying we're not going to make the 7th gen anymore. That's
yeah, because it's not what for 9% of the audience, it's not worth our revenue or time. Definitely. But again, what makes this number even more outstanding is you think of how many Xbox 360 and PS4s exist in the world. I mean, there's millions. I mean, that is a shocking stat, and I know they left out the campaign on 360. I don't think that's got anything to do with it personally. I don't think people would say, right, I'm going to buy a brand new next gen console just because it's got a campaign, that version. I don't think that's the case. I just think people are upgrading their boxes now, and I think this is the time of year where people are doing it because there's so many good games coming out. And
to be fair, with especially with a franchise like Call of Duty as well, I guess one of the things that contributes to it, and maybe everybody was in the same mindset for it, was, well, I want to play this online. It's the only reason I'm going to play it online. Everyone is going to have it on next gen, so I have to get it next gen.
Yeah, definitely.
Which might not always be the case, but I mean, especially if you look at, I don't know how it is anymore since Black Ops 3's came out, but even with sort of Advanced Warfare and stuff, Black Ops 2 was still one of the most popular online games.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most popular on the voted. People were voting for what games they want on backwards compatibility for Xbox. I think Black Ops 2 was up there as one of the highest with Red Dead, and so that is definitely one of the most popular ones. Talking about Call of Duty, I think it's what studio are making the next one? Is it Infinity Ward? I think it's Infinity Ward's turn. What would you like from the next COD? Because
World War II or World War One done.
Yeah, well, I think we've mentioned this before, but I'd love a World War II game again.
Or a World War One game, because we haven't seen that before.
Hey, give us an open world. Why not? Give us an open world campaign. Actually, I'd love to see Brothers in Arms games again. I love Brothers in Arms.
The open world war games used to be really, really popular.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few that are still popular today online, but they're very, very old. If Call of Duty, Call of Duty are definitely one of those franchises where it's don't fix something if it's not broken.
Yeah.
They know that it sells copies, so they're going to churn out the same thing every time. I honestly think that maybe not doing it to Call of Duty, but if they did a spin-off series that went in a different direction, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people that really just gets bored of it.
Well, I was one of the people that I really thought Call of Duty was on the decline, and I thought I thought it'd definitely be one of the lower end sellers of the year because there's so many other shooters coming out like Battlefront, like Rainbow Six, like Halo. I thought it would be one of the the least selling games, but it's actually the highest.
COD.
People,
COD never changes.
war never changes. A little Fallout reference there, but yeah, I mean, COD it's still massive. It's still selling, and it's fucking incredible that the fan base, and it's definitely not on a decline. I'm completely wrong. They can churn out any old crap and it will sell. I'm not saying that Black Ops 3 is crap because I've heard decent things about it, but I think if they scrap the campaign altogether, next year was an online only, I think it would sell just as much. I really do. I don't know what you guys think. I just think it's a fucking cash cow, and
That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
but it's a cash cow with a massive audience. So right, just moving on. Before we go, I want to just talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider. We haven't really mentioned it much in the pod. I know none of us have played it, but from what I know, I listen to a lot of other podcasts and I visit a lot of gaming sites, and from the general public and the critics, what I'm hearing about this game, it's Game of the Year material. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, in 2013, the Tomb Raider reboot was my Game of the Year, and any other circumstance, I buy this game. But obviously, what I want to talk about next, what I think killed this game is releasing it on the same day as Fallout. I mean, that is criminal, and Fallout has completely crushed it. And I really don't think it's getting the recognition it deserves. And just wonder what you guys think about it. I mean, did you play the old one? Would you have bought this if Fallout wasn't coming out, or are you not interested?
Sure. Well, I did want to get into it, but Fallout 4 has just taken over my life, man.
Fallout 4 has crushed it.
It is my perfect game.
Now, who do you put that on? Do you put that on Square Enix or Microsoft? I mean, I'm just trying to think of a slot where they could have come out, and I don't know. They don't want to compete with Black Ops. They don't want to compete with Star Wars. They don't want to they've got. You don't want to put it in December. December's a dry month. Plus, you've got Rainbow Six and Just Cause. You don't want to put it this week because you've got Black Friday. I mean, where do they put it? So I kind of guess they had no choice. But I mean, 1 week either side of Fallout might have been better. I just think this game has completely been overlooked by a lot of people. Toby, what's your thoughts on this? If you've got any.
Well, it's difficult because from what I've seen, it is one of those games that's a hidden gem. But I think the problem the developers are going to have is that not many people are, not many people are going to go out and buy it straight away because of how saturated the market is at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think most people are going to kind of oversee it. It's not going to do amazingly well or as good as it could do for a game of its type right now. Give it a couple of months when all of a sudden it's cheaper. We're looking at the January sales. People will start buying it when they need a game to play.
Now you see, I think this game does well next year when it's released on PlayStation, because it'll be a brand new release for PlayStation. Plus, I think the Xbox One version will probably re-release it as a definitive edition with all the DLC. So I think next year, in the long run, this game will sell bucket loads, and I think it will get the recognition it deserves. But at the moment, it's obviously been crushed by Fallout. So I think this time, because obviously it's a timed exclusive for a year, I think next year Sony release it, Xbox re-release it as a definitive edition, and I think that's when this game sells. I'll buy it after Christmas. I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna wait a year. I'm definitely gonna buy it. But I think that's when this game does well. What do you think next year when Sony release it? I think that's their window to really push this game and sell more copies. Obviously, being on, it's on PC as well, isn't it? Is it on PC yet, or is that been? Did they get?
I think it's delayed for PC. I'd have to double check.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I had a feeling it was Xbox One and maybe PC in a couple of weeks or something. Not sure. But another game that's come out, this week is Star Wars Battlefront.
I'll be dead soon.
It's been hitting mixed reviews. It's I've seen 7s, I've seen 8s, I've seen 8.5s. 12 maps, a £40 season pass. Says it all, doesn't it? No campaign. This game is, from what I gather, this game is very, very bare bones. And I'm going to jump into, like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm going to jump into the 10-hour trial, and I'll come back next week with my thoughts. But there's no way on earth I'm dropping $40 on this game and another $40 on the season pass. No way. I mean, I think the season pass maps should be included, because like this is Titanfall all over again, and Evolve. We've mentioned it countless times on the podcast that
yeah, but I enjoyed replaying Titanfall just because the Titan combat. What does Battlefront have rather than getting a lot of time in a vehicle, you know?
And that eventually released its season pass for free, and that adds a lot more maps. And I think,
but even then, call it whatever you want, it's still a campaign that Titanfall had.
It's something different than versus mode.
It still had cutscenes and shit. In a way, it kept you going to find out what happened throughout the story. Battlefront has nothing like that.
I think the Titanfall, they did kind of shoehorn it in there just to say it had a campaign. I didn't actually like it, but like you said, it was in there. It was, and obviously Star Wars. No. I think it's got a horde mode and just some online modes, and 4 planets, 12 maps. So a lot of the maps probably look similar as well, which is not good. Again, very, very bare bones, and I think that's what's going to kill these games. I don't think we're ready for the online only games, no campaigns. And if they are going to keep doing this, they really need to double down on the content. What do you think, Toby? Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes and no, I guess.
Yes and no?
I don't know, I'm not too sure, because...
Do we expect too much now for our money? How much? I mean, we are spoiled with content, really, because like obviously Maeve is an old school generation gamer.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because, I mean, I know a lot of people argue that games today are too broken up and you have to pay X amount to get this bit of the game unlocked. We should get the full game, and I definitely agree. We should get a full game if we pay for a game.
Yeah.
But to those people that say the same argument, but the whole premise of that argument is basing it on the old days, when you look at the SNES and the Dreamcast, the Dreamcast and so on, is that back then the games weren't even half the size that they are today.
The password is Marcus and Dom. That is the password. Marcus and Dom.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
What? That is the password.
You could have snuck that right into a sentence.
No, I'm just
into a sentence. You've literally just stated the password. The amount of people we are going to get.
That was the idea.
You weren't going to keep it secret and see who got it right?
No, because some people, again, if they haven't played the Gears of War games, they wouldn't get the reference. So I thought that was probably a bit difficult, especially with the limited amount of viewers we get. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
That's fair enough, isn't it, Toby?
Yeah,
Next time, keep it a bit more secret than that.
I don't know, because obviously in this case, like David said, there may be some viewers who haven't played the franchise.
They wouldn't understand the reference yet.
This could be their way in to,
exactly. Come on, Maven, man. Come on.
That's too easy, that.
That's not too easy. So, yeah, go ahead, Toby. I interrupted you to get the password in there. I just wanted to briefly get it in there.
Yeah, so you get people, obviously, back with the previous gen saying, oh, you get so much more, but the games were only about a quarter of the size.
I mean, like that. What Maver always plays Jaws on a single cartridge, and that was the same price as a Battlefront back in the day. And
yeah, I know, because
still had more content. Wait, savage.
I know a lot of people complain saying, oh, well, we have to pay £50 for a 5-hour campaign, but it's like, well, you chose to pay £50 into that particular franchise that's famous for having a short campaign. People with a SNED used to pay £50 when money was worth more to get a game that takes half an hour to complete.
Oh, yeah, you are right. I mean, there's two sides of the story here, and
And if you want a long campaign, get a campaign game. Don't go and buy Call of Duty where the focus is multiplayer
yeah,
and complain that you only got a 5-hour campaign.
yeah. I think again, Battlefront. If it had, okay, I'm not a Star Wars nut, but I do enjoy the films, and I think if it had a campaign, I would buy it. Because I'm more of a single player man. I'm not really, multiplayer is not really my bag, but that definitely that would have sweetened the deal, and they probably would have got my 40 quid if I had a campaign. But again, I'm not multiplayer focused really. I'm too old now for that. My Twitch reflexes have gone. So yeah, I'll probably do a new plays video for Battlefront. I did one of the beta, so I'll probably do one of the full game and let you guys know how I get on with that.
My housemates playing it non-stop the last few days.
Enjoying it, yeah.
Yeah, he said it's good fun. It's
PC.
He said he's not going into it expecting it to be anything game-breaking or amazing. He's just got a bit of an itch to play a first-person shooter, and it's got a Star Wars skin, so it kind of just... It's ticking a couple of boxes at the moment. He's not getting it to be anything special or amazing. I've got a partner-free house this weekend, so I'm probably going to be jumping on and trying out a bit of the split screen with him over the weekend, see what it's like.
Are you going to be doing some videos as well, yeah? I want to see some building videos.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some recording first thing in the morning tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I've done some recording, I'll be going through all the footage that I've compiled over the week, cutting some stuff together, see if I can put something together, and I'll get something uploaded tomorrow. So Sunday, my next video will be out, and that will more than likely be another Blightling and Boston video.
Yeah, I'll put all that in the description. Toby's Blightling and Boston video is very enjoyable. He's made it completely spoiler free as well, which I like. So you can watch it with no fear of spoilers at all. That is a really good watch. So go and check that out, definitely. God, I've had a busy week on YouTube. I've put up a load of videos this week. I'm obviously doing my mini-series of Tales from the Fallout, which is basically tiny little snippets of the game that I find funny and interesting. I've got the full Streets of Rage 2 playthrough up. I've done that from start to finish, and that's like on my YouTube video. It's about 50 minutes, so yeah, if you want something to watch that. I put a Rage Quit video up. I tried to complete Streets of Rage 1. I got to the last level and died and lost all my continues and flip out. I've got a new Plays Episode 5 video up where I take on Meat Boy. Lots of miscellaneous videos. I've got a tutorial up how to change the colour of your Pip-Boy and HUD on Fallout. It's very simple, but a lot of people don't know you can do it. I found that on a GameFAQs forums, and there's so many people who didn't know you could do it, so I thought I'll upload a short little video explaining how. I mean, have you guys done that at all? Did you know? You obviously knew you could do that, right?
Yeah, I found it straight away because being a PC gamer, the first thing you do is go to settings.
Yeah.
I found it pretty quickly, but I didn't want to change it just for the fact that it fits the aesthetic of my little workspace.
Yeah.
You know, it's my machine, desk, and everything is black with all green lit keyboard and mouse and LED kit in the computer. So a green Pip-Boy fit my black and green thing.
Lovely. I mean, I initially turned it blue and I turned it right back to the default. I thought, nah, I can't do it. Has to be that murky green colour. Maver,
Yo.
plug some stuff. What have you been working on?
Still gotta upload maybe the time player, but
We-
it's just Fallout 4. It's just
We
been
want.
dominating me, man. Now I have to render it and I have to upload it, and Fallout 4 is just sitting there, man.
We want maybe the time play episode 2, don't we, Toby?
Well, Dick Tracy
Yeah,
came for
dude,
NES, and
We've
so
got to see if you rage or not about how backwards Dick Tracy's controls were.
I rage. Don't worry. I actually got really pissed off. I threw my NES controller on the floor.
So, have you got all the footage and everything? You just
Yeah, it's all set. It's
if
just
you want
together.
if you want a thumbnail for that as well, I'll make you a
please do.
thumbnail if you want. Yeah. Anything else, Maver? Is that the series you're concentrating on, or
That
you?
is the series I am concentrating on. Yes.
You not posting any Fallout related content? I know me and Toby are pretty much covering
I tried
a lot
live
of it.
streaming it, but my bloody Xbox mic is broken.
Oh, that was fucking funny. That was. I joined his stream, and you can see him talking to his mic, but no words are coming out. And I left it for about 5 minutes before telling him. Then you can see him like taking his mic out, plugging it back in. I could have, even if it worked, I would have said it wouldn't, just to troll him. But yeah, so literally across mine and Toby's YouTube, there is a wealth of content there this week. And again, like Toby said, his new video should be up Sunday. Maver, you're going to get that video up this weekend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll come back next week and we'll be asking where it is. But
It's right, because David, all it means now is, when we're sort of discussing what we're up to and stuff, and what, ideas and topics for the pod throughout the week, every other message will just be Dick Tracy and Time Player, Dick Tracy and Time Player.
come on, guys. Mini McPasta, you get in those comments and you pressurize. You say, come on. Like everyone, if you've made it to the end of this podcast, put it into the comments.
Shit, then we have a question. We have a
Yeah,
Q&A.
I'll do that in a minute. We do. Yeah. Put the Gears of War stuff in there. But other than that, put in there, we want May the Time Player episode 2. We want it. Spam those comments.
Maybe the Time Player, right.
We do have a Q&A. And it's from... Who? What's
Ikbris. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. I'm assuming it's German.
Okay, well, he has asked... Asked. You got me talking in that fucking slang now. He has asked what we want from Fallout DLC. So, Maver, we'll go to you. What do you want from Fallout DLC?
Now, it's hard to come up with one on the spot, that is, because...
Come on, you knew the question for the podcast started.
I know, but I just generally think there's just so much stuff you can have. I really enjoyed, like, the pit in Fallout 3, so maybe something like a train line that takes you to the slave area, and you fight against them, or hell, maybe a thing where you can own the slave area, and, and get caps and force people... Like, I know this sounds really dodgy, but, like, you could either help the slaves who are already there rise up, or you could take over them and capture like slaves and stuff and get money and shit. I don't know, maybe something like that would be kind of cool.
Well, you could always put DLC in as a karma system. That would make you happy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be good as well.
Karma system as DLC.
They should even if it was rather than that, even if they did it as like a governing system.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, you could actually become a proper leader of a place.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
But I'd like to see them do something. I'd like to see something wacky. One of their DLCs have to be wacky.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Having something as crazy as a toaster that wants to take over the world.
That was fantastic.
The storyline was amazing, and it was so far-fetched, but it was great, and I really want to see something like that. I mean, we know that Bethesda are famous for normally doing 3 instances of DLC.
Yeah.
That's normally what they go for. So I'd like to see similar maybe to what they did with Skyrim, where instead of like housing, which we've already got now, they did like a government system, or like Maver said, where you can take over something or go the other way.
Yeah.
Something wacky, that's a really far-fetched, out-of-the-way storyline.
Just like, but what I was going to say is wacky as well, Toby.
Yeah, then maybe as the final piece of DLC, something that is a serious story extender that actually gives you that large, solid bit of content, like Skyrim with the Dragonborn DLC and so on.
I would love vehicles in the game, but I don't think that would ever happen. But something crazy, like just Mothership Zeta and a crazy.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Mothership
Just a crazy an alien expansion, just something like that, and we know, stick to what they're good at and give us something completely different, and give us a bunch of new weapons, a bunch of new outfits, a few new companions maybe. Let us transfer everything from the DLC into the main game, like on the other games. Yeah, I just want them to do what they do best and just supply us with rich and wacky content. Yeah, I haven't bought the season pass actually. I don't really buy into the season pass. I think you only save a tenner overall, so I'll literally just buy them as they come out. I'm not fussed about season passes and all that malarkey. Well, we've made it to the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and be sure to check out the description for Toby's channel, for Mavis' channel, and of course, please put in the password for this Gears of War.
Gee, I wonder what it could be since it didn't make it too bloody Chris.
Don't put it in the comments for this video though. Otherwise, people won't watch. They'll just look at the comment and go, "Hey, look, I know it."
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot to say that. Yeah, hit me up on. Yeah, we can find us on Facebook at Old Gen Gamers Weekly Podcast, or my Twitter handle will be in the comments. Mavis' Twitter will be in the comments. So literally send us a message on there, and I will put you guys in the hat for the giveaway, and we'll do that on next week's show. Yeah, we'll do it live on the show. We can put the names into a hat and draw one out. Then I'll obviously have your Twitter, and I can send you a personal message with all the codes, 4 different codes, 4 separate games, all yours. So it's really easy. And as we don't get many views, you're probably in for a very good chance of winning it. You, not you, no, you, yeah, you.
Getting nice and quick. Getting nice and quick before we become really famous.
Yes. Do that. Because, this is going to go viral, this pod, and you're going to get hundreds of thousands of people entering for a few old Gears of War games. But hey, come on. Get those... if you can figure out that really cryptic password, you're going to win that game. Those games. That really cryptic password. Isn't that right, Maver?
Yeah, totally cryptic. Not very subtle, very subtle.
A very cryptic, difficult password. If you can figure out that, tweet me.
But just to help you guys out, it's definitely not Cupcake.
No, it's not Cupcake. Right, thank you very much. Thank you for Toby for stopping in. He's got an airport run in a few hours, haven't you, Toby?
Yeah.
Airport run? Where you off to, man?
I'm taking my partner to the airport so she can go and see her parents for a few days.
Oh right, never mind.
So I get a free house, but
so
yeah,
and Fallout 4. And Fallout 4.
Yeah, I'm Fallout 4.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna for the next couple of days be living life like I'm single and doing what I would have done if I was single,
and happy.
hiding away in front of a computer screen, not talking to anyone.
There you go. Now you're thinking properly, man.
I'm going to be playing Fallout, and I'm going to be watching Jessica Jones on Netflix, the new Marvel series. It's just come on today.
Just before we head off, then, what do you think of it? Because I wasn't that impressed.
I've only watched one episode, and
Right.
I'm not into it. It hasn't really got me yet after one episode.
Not in far enough if to make any decisions. Then yeah, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't really get into it too much, but I don't know. Yeah, it's good. We'll have to see what you think of it next week.
Yeah, I don't want to give up on it so far because I know a lot of people say because it's got a female protagonist, you're not giving it a chance. It's not that. It's not that at all.
I mean, well, I gave it 5 episodes.
Really? 5 episodes and it still hasn't grabbed you yet?
To me, my rule is I won't judge anything until I've watched 3 to 5 episodes.
Yeah.
If I'm still not happy with it, I'm not going to keep going.
I mean, I'm unsure after 1 episode, so I don't know if I'll make 5. I'm kind of on the fence.
That's why I picked 3 to 5, just in case, because like when I started Breaking Bad, for example.
Yeah, that was a slow burner.
I wasn't impressed with the very first episode. I'm like, okay, it's got a few questions here, but it's alright. And then by the time I was on episode 3, I'm like, fuck, man, I've got to watch every episode.
That's one of the best shows ever made, and I love Better Call Saul as well. The spin-off series, that was amazing.
Well, we've got season 2 in February.
Ooh, and I love Daredevil. Daredevil was incredible.
That was a solid series.
So yeah, we'll discuss more next week, Toby. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Remember your credit card information entered the giveaway.